is part 2 to the cheesecake video. I had to clear out some memory on my memory card. But I want to let you know if you are interested in making more raw cheesecakes, these are 2 books I highly recommend. One is by Matthew Kenny. He does some really amazing stuff. And then the other one's by Cafe Gratitude from San Francisco. So this is Sweet Gratitude. This is Everyday Raw Desserts. All of these, everything in these books, everything I've made in these books have all been great. So if you're interested in learning more about how to make raw desserts, I highly recommend these books. And so now I will continue making cheesecakes. I only had 1 more to make, and then the topping. So even if you don't want to watch this video, there was enough information in the other video. So like before, I have 1 chocolate one and 3 raspberry ones. And you're going to take the white chocolate filling, and you're going to add some green powder. And this is the Vitamineral green. This is my favorite cheesecake because then I feel like I'm getting my Vitamineral green in for the day. I mean, I'm not, because you need a whole tablespoon, and the tablespoon goes into the entire cheesecake. But I highly recommend Vitamineral green as an everyday whole food supplement. So I have the Vitamineral green, and then I have, in theory, peppermint essential oil. Here it is. You're going to put some peppermint essential oil in there. And it's basically how minty you want it. I like minty things. And then you're going to blend this. The Vitamineral green powder is what gives it its green color so that it looks like mint. This is the mint chocolate. So you're going to be putting in, I think I'll put this one in first. I'm going to put chocolate in, and then the mint to swirl, just like we did for the other ones. So chocolate, mint to swirl, a little bit more mint in this one. They're filled to the brim here. Now done! So I'm just going to swirl like I did before, going back and forth in 2 different directions to get a swirling pattern. These are a little bit overfilled. And then we have, like I said, the 3 raspberry, whole chocolate one, and the mint chocolate, and these are on macadamia nut crust. So I'm going to put that in the fridge. I'll wait to put it in the fridge. You want to put this either in the freezer or in the fridge. Like I said, it becomes hard by the fact that the coconut oil and the cocoa butter becomes solid at colder temperatures. You can put it in the fridge if you have like a whole day before you want to serve it, but you can put it in the freezer for a couple hours if you want it to be a little bit more rushed. And you can keep it in the freezer. I've kept it in the freezer for months. It gets a little freezer burn, you scrape off the freezer burn, and then you still eat it. That way you can make a whole cheesecake, and the individuals are nice for that reason, just thaw out one at a time. So the last thing we have to do is make a topping for the turtle cheesecake. That's the last step. Now, how you clean the Blend-Tech blenders is you put water in here with a little bit of soap and you blend it. That's the easiest way to clean it. An assistant would be great right now. They could clean my blenders for me. So obviously I would normally clean the blender a lot more diligently if I was going to be putting it away, but that's enough for now. So what I'm going to be putting in here, and it's caramel. By the way, this topping is also really delicious on top of the brownies I make with the walnuts and the dates and the chocolate powder. This is a really fun topping for that as well. So you're going to be doing 3/4 of a cup of macadamia nuts. We love those macadamia nuts. 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And it probably looks weird that I'm just using the same measuring cup over and over again. I'm just guesstimating. Unlike baking, it's not an exact science. It's not like, well, if you get one measurement off, the thing isn't going to rise. It's really not all that important. It might just come out a little bit thinner or thicker, and then you can adjust accordingly. You need some 2 tablespoons of almond milk, and that actually looks like a little bit more. And some salt. You want to make sure it's a high-quality salt. You don't want bleach salt. You don't want iodized salt. And then we're going to put a splash, 1, 2 splashes, 3 splashes of cocoa butter. Same thing, that cocoa butter is going to help firm it up. Need my lid, and that's our caramel. Yes, I disappeared for a second. I'm still here. I went to go get the cheesecake out of the freezer. I would like to see it a little bit more firmer before we start putting toppings on it, but I want you to see it finished. So let's see if I can get it to stay on top. Let's see. I'd like to see it a little bit more blended. I still see a couple macadamia nuts in there. That turns itself off. Okay, that looks much better. So, pray that it stays on top. There we go. So this is our caramel topping to our turtle cheesecake. And then I just chopped up some pecans while I was waiting for it to blend, so I'm going to sprinkle those on top. And then you can also sprinkle on either, like I said, chocolate chips. I really enjoy chocolate chips. But since I'm bringing this to a raw potluck, I think I need to stop by the store and get some cacao nibs. If you're not familiar with cacao nibs, it's the actual cocoa bean just chopped up. So there's no sweetener, there's no nothing in it. And so there's my turtle cheesecake. I'm going to put this in the freezer. And now hopefully that's get some good information on how to make your own cheesecakes. You don't have to go to the restaurant to buy them anymore. So hopefully that helps, and thank you for joining me, and until next time, Sanja.